Let's talk about a phrase that's been haunting the American dream lately: house poor. You know the feeling. You finally get the keys. You post the photo on Instagram holding the sold sign. You've made it. But then, 2 months later, you're sitting in your beautiful new living room, staring at the walls, realizing you can't afford to buy a couch. You're eating instant noodles because the property tax just got reassessed, the HVAC is making a weird noise, and after the mortgage payment hits, you have exactly $47 left in your checking account. You have the house, but the house owns you. In 2026, being house poor isn't just a mistake, it's an epidemic. With interest rates where they are and home prices refusing to budge, the line between smart investment and financial suicide has never been thinner. Today, I'm going to show you how to buy a home without ruining your life. No real estate agent fluff, no buy now or miss out FOMO, just the cold, hard truth about how to keep your soul while owning a piece of dirt. First, we have to talk about the lender's lie. When you go to a bank to get pre-approved, they tell you a number. Let's say they tell you that you're approved for $500,000. Most people hear that and think, great, I can go shopping for a $500,000 house. Stop right there. The bank doesn't care if you can afford to go to the dentist or if you can still afford to take your kid to a movie. They only care if you can technically pay them back based on a debt-to-income ratio that is, frankly, aggressive. The bank's maximum should never be your target. Your target should be what allows you to sleep at night. The rule used to be that your housing cost should be 28% of your gross income. In 2026, that rule feels like a fairy tale for most people. But here's the reality. If your mortgage, insurance, and taxes take up more than 35% of your take-home pay, not your gross, but what actually hits your bank account, you are entering the danger zone. You are one car repair or one medical bill away from a total collapse. So, how do we avoid this? It starts with the hidden costs. When you rent, the rent is the maximum you'll pay for housing. When you buy, the mortgage is the minimum. Most people forget about the unseen trio: maintenance, taxes, and insurance. In many states right now, home insurance premiums are skyrocketing. You might find a house with a payment you can handle, but if that house is in a flood zone or a high-risk fire area, your insurance could be as much as a car payment on its own. And then there's maintenance. The 1% rule is still the gold standard. You should expect to spend 1% of the home's value every year just to keep it from falling apart. If you buy a $400,000 house, you need $4,000 a year sitting in a side account just for when the water heater explodes or the roof starts leaking. If you don't have that, you aren't a homeowner and are a temporary resident waiting for a repair bill to evict you. Now, let's talk about the down payment trap. We've been told for decades that you must put 20% down. In today's market, saving 20% can feel impossible while prices keep climbing. So people go the other way. They put 3% down or use an FHA loan with 3.5%. There's nothing wrong with a low down payment, but you have to understand the maturity cost. When you put almost nothing down, you have zero equity. If the market dips even 5%, you are underwater. You can't sell, you can't move for work, you're trapped. Plus, you're paying PMI, private mortgage insurance. That's money you are literally throwing in the trash to protect the bank, not you. The smart move in 2026, if you can't do 20%, aim for 10%. And make sure you have a life buffer of at least 6 months of expenses after the closing costs are paid. Do not, I repeat, do not drain your entire life savings to get into a house. If you move in with $0 in your savings, you are inviting disaster to dinner. Let's pivot to the emotional squeeze. Buying a house is emotional. You see the open floor plan, the nice backyard for the dog, the perfect kitchen. Real estate agents know this. They sell you a lifestyle. But you don't live in a lifestyle. You live in a budget. The biggest mistake middle-class buyers make is comparison shopping for status. You see what your friends are buying on LinkedIn or Instagram, and you feel like you need that 2,500 square foot suburban palace. But do you actually need 4 bedrooms? Do you need the HOA fees that come with the community pool you'll never use? In 2026, the new American dream is a small house with a big bank account. It's better to own a starter home that you can actually afford to leave once a month for a vacation than a dream home that feels like a prison. So, what is the survival strategy for the 2026 buyer? First, the stress test. Before you buy, take the difference between your current rent and your projected mortgage. Let's say your rent is $1,500 and the new house payment will be $2,500. For the next 6 months, I want you to pay that extra $1,000 into a separate savings account. If you can do that comfortably while still living your life, you're ready. If it feels like you're suffocating, you just saved yourself from a 30-year mistake. Second, the location arbitrage. We all want to be in the cool neighborhood. But look at the ring theory. Look at the neighborhood's 1 or 2 rings outside the hot zone. They're often 20% cheaper, but the grocery stores are the same, the roads are the same, and your commute is only 10 minutes longer. That 10 minutes could be the difference between being house poor and house rich. Third, think about resale as a safety net. Never buy a house that has a weird flaw just because it's cheap. A house on a busy main road or with a strange layout is easy to buy, but impossible to sell when the market cools down. You want a house that the next middle-class family will want to buy from you. Finally, remember this. A house is a place to live. It is a shelter. It is a home for your family. But as an investment, it is a slow one. Don't let the hype of real estate always goes up trick you into over-leveraging your future. The most expensive thing you can own is a house that makes you miserable. Being house poor means you can't afford to pivot. You can't afford to take a lower-paying job that you actually love. You can't afford to start that business you've been dreaming about. You are tethered to that mortgage. Break the cycle. Buy less than you can afford. Keep your life buffer intact. And realize that the sold sign is only a victory if you can still afford to buy the champagne to celebrate. If you're out there house hunting right now and it feels like a battlefield, tell me about it in the comments. What are the prices looking like in your area? Is the squeeze hitting you yet? Let's talk about it, because the more we share the truth, the less power the lender's lie has over us. Thanks for watching. Don't let the house own you. I'll see you in the next one.